The 13,000-year-old satellite, dubbed the Black Knight satellite, origins have been uncovered. Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Bear Leak Project, how the heck are you? This podcast is brought to you by Virtual Shield. It is a VPN designed from the ground up to protect your information and data from big data spies. There's a promotion right now, 50% discount. Click the link, a free trial also. For less than $5 a month, you can protect your privacy from big data spies. There's also a really cool feature where you can disable your microphone and webcam if you're like many people that wonder, wow, could there be somebody listening to me right now or watching me right now from my webcam and maybe I don't even know it? Well, check it out. Virtual Shield, 50% discount, nothing to lose, 30-day free trial. You'll thank me later. All right, now let's get to the fun stuff. Remember, let me show you this image real quick. This is an image of the Black Knight satellite, which they say could be at least 12,500 years old, maybe 13,000 years old, maybe even older. Well, check it out. The Adam and Eve story by Chan Thomas. This bad boy right here. This is an original copy, original essay. I've even got an autograph from this gentleman. Good luck finding one of these now. He discusses how every several thousand years, there is a global reset, a cataclysm that is so detrimental, it wipes out virtually all life on Earth. Now, if you want to go back millions of years, there was a supercontinent called Gondwana, or there's another name for it, people that often refer to it as Pangea. And it was huge. The landmass was one giant, enormous area, continent, that had plant life and trees that covered the entire thing, that were very resilient, not only to extreme weather, extreme conditions of a lot of light or virtually no light for long periods of time, but this discusses these people that were so highly advanced at least 10,000 years ago. They had a satellite that orbited 449 times a year. They had telescopes that you could see the rings of Saturn, and this information is recorded at the Potsdam Observatory, ruins from Tiahuanaco, where literally 449 times a year, a huge satellite would orbit the Earth from west to east. Is this the Black Knight satellite? I think so. It also records how the 60-mile Earth's shell shifted its position again in a quarter to a half of a day. So literally a pole shift happened in less than 24 hours. Between 6 and 12 hours, a pole shift. And it also discusses how, let me share with you some of these images here real quick. I find it fascinating. All right. Wait, just look at it. Look at the stonework there. How much do you think some of these stones actually weighed? Some of these giant behemoths in multitudes of tons. And look at how accurate they were placed. Now imagine this at one point being a seaport. Well, now it's about 13,000 feet in elevation. Looks like the Mars rover, doesn't it? Look at this, the Sun Gate. How did they carve such incredible patterns and with such accuracy? The only thing harder than this structure, naturally, I've been told, is diamonds. And it's just enormous. Talk about statues and civilization of the gods, of the giants. Not literal gods, but just incredible abilities. And this Adam and Eve essay also discusses the civilization and how they were so advanced scientifically that it would surpass science today. Well, you just look at it. This takes it to a whole new level. I mean, this is pretty cool stuff. Boom, look at that. The Sun Gate, Puma Punka, 13,000 feet in elevation. And then look at the map right here. Google Maps, you can see, Bolivia and Peru there. Imagine at one point if this was actually connected to the ocean. Wow, that's a big move right there. Here's some imagery right here. Beautiful out there, Machu Picchu. This is Machu Picchu, which I feel is a part of the same empire, not far from the Gate of the Sun. Here's another one. Some beautiful images. I need to do a podcast out there and take my drone. Machu Picchu. The King George Island. And then this is a map of the Inca Empire. Now, they're saying that the Sun Gate is only 1,500 years old. Yeah, right. That thing is a lot older than 1,500 years. Maybe add at least another 20,000 years on that. Now, this is Pangaea, the supercontinent, Gondwana. What would cause this massive continent to explode and to break off the way that it did? Well, I think that the description... Now let's take a look at this real quick again. Machu Picchu. Well, just what an incredible civilization there. I think the description... Let me go back into this right here. The description in this book, how the inner core releases gray matter. Yeah, hello, highly concentrated gray matter into the next shell, into the next layer, and it affects the entire rotation of the planet. It's like a nuclear explosion almost internally. And with that said, so internally, imagine this ginormous explosion that causes all of the plates to shift, huge tidal waves, the actual planet might even expand at that point, the expanding Earth hypothesis, the hollow Earth theory. I don't think that the Earth is completely hollow by any means, but I'll bet you there's pockets on the inner Earth, especially on the poles, the north and the south, that might lead to different realms even. Maybe even different dimensions. Maybe the real stargates are in different vortexes, different nexus points around the world that link up at some type of quantum level, some type of mysterious vortex. Let's see what else I have to share with you guys on this. Okay, yeah, here's some more good stuff. You got to go to the website, forums.leakproject.com, where I write all this out for you. If you don't want to listen to me blab, you just want to read it. And then if you want to add to what I have to say, you can leave some really good information on there. Make sure to check it out. Let's keep the information going here. Okay, here we go. So the 60-mile Earth shell shifted its position again a quarter to a half of a day, about 7,000 years after the previous event. This was recorded in Tiahuanaco, this incredible city, fascinating city indeed, that was once a seaport. Think about that. A seaport, now 13,000 feet elevation, and it raised in a half day or less. And it also talks about how the North Pole moved southward, and the Sudan Basin in Africa turned into the North Pole. This was also the time the Talmud records the setting of the Pleiades below the horizon, when the Holy Land was moved into a region of terrible cold for many generations, according to Mr. Thomas, 5,000 years ago. Or, I'm sorry, according to Mr. Thomas, this happened 5,000 years. It was in this major cold for 5,000 years until Noah's flood, which was 6,500 years ago. That would be about 11,500 years ago. Hello, my name's Captain Obvious. Man, I'm smart. I didn't even have to use a calculator for that. Hello! Well, that's up for debate, but the equatorial pivot points were off the coast of mid-Chile, mid-China, and Vietnam. The great continent in the Pacific disappeared almost completely. What is now Easter Island dropped on the floor of the Pacific, so it was on the bottom of the ocean, and then it was upheaved again during the Great Flood in Noah's time. So now, we have access to these incredible statues and structures, these enormous structures. That was probably a part of this same civilization. So the civilization of Tiahuanaco was destroyed so abruptly, people were not even aware. They were just dealing with their daily lives, doing their normal things. And then, boom! Out of the blue. Could you imagine just doing your thing and then all of a sudden, you're at sea level and then just, whoop, 12,000 feet up in the air. You're like, whoa, that was a trip, man. Hopefully you'd make it through. But man, talk about the Black Knight satellite. That's incredible. Not an alien satellite, one of our own from a highly advanced civilization. No wonder the powers that be that might be connected with the scientific communities where they force feed these lies about how we got here from monkeys and, we evolved from apes, whatever. Just one single cell. Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We evolved from one single cell. Anyway, swamp gas from Uranus. Check it out. Also, check out that virtual shield link, virtualshield.com/leakproject. Get the discount. Protect your information from big data spies. That's my shameless plug. Be the change you want to see. VPN designed from the ground up to protect your information and data from big data spies. There's a promotion right now, 50% discount. Click the link, a free trial also for less than $5. This is an image of the Black Knight satellite, which they say could be at least 12,500 years old, maybe 13,000 years old, maybe even older. Well, check it out. The app right now, or watching me right now from my webcam, and maybe I don't even know it. Well, check it out. Virtual Shield, 50% discount, nothing to lose, 30-day free trial. You'll thank me later. All right, now let's get to the fun stuff. Remember, let me show you this image real quick. $1 a month. You can protect your privacy from big data spies. There's also a really cool feature where you can disable your microphone and webcam if you're like many people that wonder, wow, could there be somebody listening to me? The 13,000-year-old satellite, dubbed the Black Knight satellite, origins have been uncovered. Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Bear Leak Project, how the heck are you? This podcast is brought to you by Virtual Shield. It is a